Let's take a little bite. I know I never taste this food, do I? Probably because I'm in such a hurry. Let me taste a little bite. Oh. Yeah, no, the chicken is moist. Oh, look at that bite. Look at it. It's still hot. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. This is so, so good. So why don't we get going on making chicken Parmesan Reggiano, yeah. Chicken Parmesan over Fettuccine Alfredo pasta. Very, very simple recipe. And I make it often because it's kind of like my go-to for chicken. And like I mentioned before, I either can just lightly flour it, just get a dusting of flour on my chicken. And I do that a lot when I cook boneless, skinless chicken breast, because I think it really helps to keep the moisture in it. And now I can do whatever I want with the chicken, whether it be, you know, a lot of vegetables and give that Asian flair, seasonings and sauces to it, or whatever else you're doing. So this is a prelude and still great chicken to chicken Parmesan that I make. But we're not doing all that tomato sauce, mozzarella, and stuff like that. Anyway. So let's get going. I did add a little bit of salt to my flour mixture, and I added in a little bit of salt to the breadcrumb mixture. So now I am going to grate some Parmesan cheese and add that to the breadcrumbs, because why else call it chicken Parmesan if you're not going to add Parmesan cheese to it? And you can use already grated Parmesan cheese that you find in the grocery store too. I just didn't have any, and so I'm just gonna use fresh. But if I'm gonna put it in the breadcrumbs, I probably would have preferred just pre-done, you know, in the little container thing. So I definitely have about, I don't know, maybe a little less than a half a cup. I'm not gonna add all of that in there, but I know I'll need some of this for the Alfredo sauce. So I might as well do as much as I can right now. I'll get a little bowl to put this in. And if you want to keep the rind of the Parmesan cheese, please do. That's great to put in soups and give that, you know, if you want that kind of flavor in with your soup. I especially like this with any, like minestrone, like a vegetable soup. It just gives that nutty, subtle flavor to it. Okay, I think I'm almost, I don't want to ruin my hand. I love Parmesan cheese. Okay, let me get a bowl. I'll put it all in here, but I'm gonna put probably just a handful, maybe a quarter of a cup, because there's only 2 pieces of chicken here. Okay, there we go. Put all that in there. And like I said, add more ingredients if you're doing more chicken. And if you do more chicken, you will probably have to do this in batches. So I've got a little breadcrumbs. I'm gonna mix in the Parmesan cheese, really kind of get the moisture out of it, let the breadcrumbs soak this in a little bit. And like I said, I got a little bit of salt in here, but I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more. And some fresh ground pepper. Because you still want to season, you know, your meat. And this will be the nice coating to it. Gotta get some more pepper in that. Okay, then I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder because I love garlic. Chris may not like it when I kiss him, but I like garlic. To me, it's like lemon juice. Garlic just makes everything better. Okay, I think that's good enough here. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do our little egg here. Just cracked an egg. I'm gonna put just about a cup of, maybe a teaspoon or something like that of water in here, just so I create more of an egg bath. Oops, I didn't know I had a shell in here. Doesn't surprise me the way I cracked that egg. Okay, just mix this up a little bit so it's all... So really what we're doing is getting our, kind of our flour, egg, breadcrumb assembly here. Okay. And like I said, one of the reasons I use just flour on a lot of my chicken, because sometimes if I were just to put the chicken in the egg kind of runs off because the chicken is so smooth and shiny in it. And so this way, with the flour on it, the egg has something to adhere to, and then the breadcrumbs goes on that. So let's pound our chicken. I got some saran wrap here. I think it's a good way, because I want to flatten this out a little bit. Make it into more of a chicken fillet. And I tell you, if you want to get some of your aggression out, do this. But be sure you're not mutilating your piece of chicken. Okay. I think that's good. We're gonna put that, well, you know what? I'm just gonna put this right in the flour. I'll bring that over here in a minute here, get this one done. And I think the saran wrap just helps protect the chicken a little bit from pounding it. And in case anything goes somewhere, it's stuck in the saran wrap. Okay. I think we're done. I'm just gonna leave this on the saran wrap, get rid of this stuff. I usually don't like a lot of chicken pieces floating around here until I'm absolutely done. So, our assembly. What are we gonna do on our assembly? Here we go. Now this is what I'm gonna put on this plate. On this plate right here. So I've got one piece of chicken in the flour. Just make sure you got it so the egg has something, and then just shake it off. Put it in the egg bath. Make sure it's covered in the egg. Then we're gonna put it in the breadcrumbs, and you may wanna press down on it so that the breadcrumbs stick to the egg, because this will give you your crispiness. Oh man, I smell that garlic and salt. I just love it. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here on this plate. Do the next piece of chicken. And since I only have 2 pieces of chicken, I can do this all in the same pan. So if you have to do it in batches, that's okay. Because then you can just put them back in the pan and just to keep them warm until you're done with your noodles and your Alfredo sauce. There we go, and the egg. I think I had a lot more, oops, breadcrumbs in here that I needed for just 2 pieces, but that's okay. Like I said, I would have preferred panko, but I didn't have it, so we're gonna wing it with just plain breadcrumbs. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this mess and then we're gonna head on over to there. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it, and I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And oh, don't forget to click that little bell up there and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you, and back to the video. Okay, I've got my pan heating up here, and I'm just gonna, my water is boiling over here, so I'm gonna put the noodles in it. And in the boiling water, I added just a little bit of salt. These noodles will take a little bit of time because they're thicker. Who doesn't love pasta? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's enough. It's just gonna be Chris and I eating. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of oil in here, let this get heated up. And I do not think the chicken's gonna be or take that long. Just have it heated up a little bit. Get my other tools here. We're gonna be ready to go. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. Oh yeah, do you hear that sizzle, I hope? Get some of that oil over there. And because we pounded the chicken, it's to a thinner thickness, it's not gonna take that long to cook this chicken, but obviously you definitely wanna make sure it's cooked throughout. So we're gonna get this going and wait a few minutes. Oh, each side will probably take about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. See, I don't think it even took even 3 minutes. So see that nice golden brown color? I'm gonna flip it over because I don't want to burn it. Oh yeah, look at that. They're gonna be nice and delicious. Nice golden color to them. And my noodles are cooking. So like I said, this will take a few minutes. And if you don't think, if they're brown and golden brown on both sides, but you don't think your chicken is finished cooking, just turn it down low and just let the chicken sit in the nice hot pan, and it'll continue to cook in the center. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oops. Put some oil. One thing about breadcrumbs, they do soak up the olive oil. There we go. I needed to add a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn this down because I still want to keep the crispness of it, but they do still need to cook a little bit more. So I'll let them cook for about maybe another 3 minutes maybe, and the center should be cooked by then. So let's get on to our, let's continue on to the Alfredo sauce. You know, I just was thinking about it. There's another option you can do here. After you saute and brown both sides of the chicken, if they're not cooked in the center, you can stick them in the oven at about 300, 325, because you just want to cook them in the middle. Maybe anywhere from 13 to 18, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Depends on how many chickens you have in here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of just letting the chicken rest in here, I'm gonna stick an oven-proof saute pan in the oven. And that way we can continue on with the Alfredo sauce. Okay, my noodles are still cooking. The chicken is in the oven, finishing up baking. And I'm gonna add a half a stick of butter. I know it sounds like a lot, but you know, you're making Alfredo sauce. Why skimp now? And I do not want this butter to brown because that'll change the whole sauce. So we're just gonna get this going here. And I did unsalted butter because I'm gonna add my own salt in here. Oh, you know one thing I did forget? I forgot to do my Parmesan cheese. Grate that. So let's go do that. Had to move the phone a little bit. Let's grate the rest of this Parmesan cheese. Here's my grater. Because I need like a cup and a half. So hopefully I have enough. This will give that nutty, cheesy richness to the sauce as well. And it will also help thicken it up. So we can call this chicken Parmesan. Well, no, because chicken Parmesan is a whole different thing. I'm gonna call this chicken Alfredo. That's what I'll do. Because if you call it chicken Parmesan, people will get that mixed up with the tomato sauce and the mozzarella or the provolone cheese on top of it. Anyway, it's Sunday evening here. Chris is doing some work on over there. And we had a really nice day today. You could just taste and feel that spring was in the air. I think I'm gonna measure this out because remember the grated Parmesan cheese that I already did? Well, that could be about a half a cup, maybe a little more. Let's see. Let's try and be exact, Amy. Oh yeah, that's about a half a cup. Now we're gonna add in a cup. Oh yeah, I think I just did, okay, it may be a little bit more, but you know, hey, it's all gonna work out. So that's gonna be for my Alfredo sauce. So let's check on the butter. Okay, my butter is definitely going on here. I forgot where I put my salt. Whoa. Add a little bit of salt to this. Ooh, the salt's definitely making it bubbly. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because you want to slowly incorporate your heavy whipping cream into this. Now I have made Alfredo sauce by using just one egg. That'll help create that richness, and emulsifier will kind of bind everything, help thicken it up. But I'm going to try not doing that this time. We'll see how it works. I have a flat whisk, but I don't know where it is right now. So let me go find that because I'm not sure I like this round one. Okay, what? Why wasn't this in my main thing? Okay, let's get the heavy whipping cream. We're gonna add about 2 cups, 2.5 cups. That's 1. We're gonna slowly mix that in. I'm gonna slowly add in another one. And just a little bit more. Okay, I already added in my salt. We're gonna let this warm up before we add the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna use my other whisk. Get that butter all mixed in there. Like I said, Alfredo's a rich sauce. And I use heavy whipping cream because it's thicker, and it will thicken up the sauce quicker without having to use an egg. So it might be a little bit thinner or runnier instead of using an egg. So we're gonna give this a try. So I'm just gonna let this kind of heat up a little bit, come to a very low, slow boil. You don't want the, the whipping cream to curdle. I'm just gonna keep stirring it for a little bit. We'll just let that cook for a second before we add the Parmesan cheese. Okay, it's definitely heating up. It's just thickening up just a little bit, so I'm gonna help it along by adding some of the Parmesan. Parmesan, I slipped there a little bit, you guys. I try so hard not to do that. Just gonna add in a little bit more while I keep whisking. And like I said, the cheese will help thicken it up too. So if you don't wanna use an egg, try this method. I'm debating whether I'm gonna add an egg in here or not. And if I do, because the sauce is already hot, I'm gonna crack an egg, beat it a little bit, and just put like a teaspoon of it in it so I can temper it. And then one thing I'm gonna add is just a hint of garlic powder. Yeah, I don't know, half a teaspoon maybe. And you can use, like a clove or 2. But if you don't want your Alfredo sauce a little bit lumpy, because you'll see the little specks of chopped up garlic, just use garlic powder. Okay, get some more Parmesan cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano, yep. I always say that in my mind. I go, Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan! Instead of Parmesan, oh my goodness. I can feel it thickening up a little bit, so this will take a little time, but you'll definitely have a lot to coat the noodles with. Okay. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, give the cheese a chance to melt and thicken up the sauce. Okay, my noodles are done. And so I'm just gonna stir up this Alfredo sauce a little bit. It's thickened up just slightly. But like I said, if you want more of a creamier Alfredo sauce, go ahead and add an egg in there when you add it in the cold heavy whipping cream, and then that way you don't have to temper it. But because I don't have as many noodles in here as I needed, and there's hardly any pasta sauce in there, I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop some of this in there. because I don't want it so heavy with Alfredo sauce that, you know, it runs all over the place. Okay, we're just gonna scoop in the Alfredo sauce a little bit. And some of this pasta water will help thicken it up too. Oh yeah, look at that. This is so smooth. See how it adheres to the pasta? Oh, this will be very good. Obviously, I made a lot for like a whole complete package of fettuccine. But like I said, if you want to thicken it up even more, I would go ahead and add an egg to it. But otherwise, this is going to work out perfect. That way you don't have dry Alfredo sauce. So I'm going to get ready to take the chicken out of the oven because I think that's all done. I'll get ready to plate it. But before that, I'm just going to do a very, very basic, simple salad. It's basically a chopped salad, and I've made my own dressing for it. And I'm just going to add maybe just a little hint of basil to it. Okay, my Alfredo sauce is all done. It's sitting over here keeping warm on the stove. And my chicken, I just pulled that out of the oven. And I'll show that to you when I dish up, but maybe I'll show it to you now. It turned out to a nice, golden, crispy chicken. And I finished cooking it in the oven, and that's my Alfredo. And so now I'm getting ready to dish it up. But first of all, I wanted to finish up with the salad first. I know you can't see all of it, but I'm gonna do a little basil in the salad. And this is really what it is. It's a chopped salad. I'm just gonna kind of dress it up with a little basil. Oh, I should have got my other knife. Kind of rolled up my basil, so hopefully they'll be like little curly things. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna mix that up in the salad just to kind of add a little flavor to this chopped salad. And this was bagged. I just got a bag. I didn't use the dressing that it came in with because I wanted more of a vinaigrette. That was very simple. There we go. Probably could have used a little bit more. The vinaigrette is really just lemon juice. I did a little bit of white wine because we were drinking white wine the other night. Olive oil, salt, pepper, I think maybe just a hint of garlic. And it was in the refrigerator overnight, so the flavors got a chance to build up. And I just added a hint more of white wine, white wine vinegar. So I'll add that on at the very next. So that's basically going to be our little salad for dinner. So let's start plating. I gotta get stuff over here because, oops, you know what I forgot? I forgot to chop up the parsley. Because I wanted a little parsley to dress up my, chicken Alfredo, chicken Parmesan Alfredo. So I'm just plucking off the leaves. I'm sure there's an easier way that I've done before. But we're just gonna pluck this off. This is really a simple dish. I really like it because when you kind of just want a quick meal on a Sunday or even a weeknight, I think you could probably put this together in maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, including cooking time. I should have used another knife for this, but okay. Got that all chopped up. I'm just gonna put that right here. Because you know what, I think it'll brighten up this chicken even more after I dish it up, is just a hint of lemon zest on top of the chicken with a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, so Alfredo first. Here we go. Because I'm using this kind of pan, I don't want to set it on my counter, or my, counter here. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. Like I said, I did not use Alfredo noodles for this. Normally I would. This will be Chris's plate. Yeah, oh man, it just smells so nice. Piece of chicken. Here's a piece of chicken on top. I'm gonna do a little lemon zest. Can you guys see this? I hope so. Just a little bit. I guess I didn't cut that or zest that very well. Are there any seeds in this? I don't think so. Just a drizzle. You don't want it to be lemon chicken, but just a little bit, just to brighten it up. And just a little parsley. Now this is a simple go-to meal. Chicken Parmesan Alfredo. So simple meal, any weeknight, but this is what I made for Chris and I on a Sunday night. So go to Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen and you can find this recipe and all the other recipes. Also on my YouTube channel, so don't forget to check that out and subscribe to it. There's other videos there as well. And enjoy. So from my kitchen to yours, I hope you give it a try. Let's take a little bite. I know I never taste this food, do I? Probably because I'm in such a hurry. Let me taste a little bite. Oh. Yeah, no, the chicken is moist. Oh, look at that bite. Look at it. It's still hot. This is so, so good. And I like that, just that little hint of lemon on it. I hope he likes it, because I just took a bite from his. Anyway, Amy Roloff's Little Chicken. Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. Check out this recipe and go to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. I would love it. But from my little kitchen to yours, I hope you enjoy and have fun in the kitchen.